Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR. So listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I am not happy with the price action on HBAR. Listen, I told you guys today, I don't know if you guys watched my XRP videos. If you guys are in HBAR, I understand that there's a feud going on between the two assets, but I hold both. They are both great assets, and I think that they both are going to perform very well. Now, with that being said, XRP is holding significant levels at support zones. Now, HBAR, on the other hand, guess what happened? We lost 23 cents. I told you guys, we need to hold 23 cents or else this whole entire move up was all for nothing. Now, I'm not saying that, pretty much we have a clear invalidation of, any move upward or anything like that. But we're going to be discussing that a little bit here shortly. So just to give you guys a quick recap of overall what's happening in the market currently right now, we are down about 2.77%. Total market cap sitting at about 1.91 trillion. Bitcoin sitting at about 44.9K. We also see Ethereum down to almost 3K exact. ADA has had a slight pullback as well, about roughly a 4.18%. Dogecoin 4.37%, Uniswap 5% nearly. We do see Link 5.3%, and I just want to say a lot of these numbers are very significant when we even see 6%, 9%, 5%, 7%, 8%, because HBAR pulled back roughly 5.7% or 5.5%. So it's no different than other assets that are pulling back pretty much similar pullbacks. For an example, Dash, right? Similar pullback. A lot of pullbacks are all the same on most alts, especially considering, Bitcoin. Now, XRP is different. Like I said, XRP is holding significant levels. It's not down as much. That is why, I said XRP has a lot of demand behind it, a lot of strength behind it. Yes, sure, we could be seeing a little bit more of a pullback on XRP very shortly, but I am not too concerned on it overall. So, with that being said, I am going to be discussing to you guys what is happening in the market. So I actually did an update on my XRP video from earlier today where I said we could be seeing something like this playing out in the market for Bitcoin. So 1 second, let me go up about 65%. So we could be seeing something like this happening in the market where we do pull back to about 42K on Bitcoin. Totally healthy, totally fine. Not too concerned on it at all. Now, roughly, this would be about a 12.63%. So, yes, we could come down lower on HBAR, just to give you guys a clear insight on that. I'm not saying that we're going to be going much, much higher yet, but we are going to be seeing something happen in the market where we do end up going past 60K on the next run up. And I do think that this is going to happen very soon, especially considering how fast we get this pullback done. Now, I don't think that we're going into a bear market. I don't think that this is a dead cat bounce or anything like that. I think that we will most likely be seeing 60K plus very soon. Obviously, it will take some time, but realistically speaking, I think that we get to 75 to 85K plus with tops maybe at 100K if we do continue to repeat the 65K plus percent jumps in price on Bitcoin. Nothing too concerning on Bitcoin just yet. Like I said, I'm watching for 42K to hold. That's pretty much my low end. I think 40K could possibly be the true bottom, but it is what it is. I'm going to be watching significantly. We've seen Bitcoin dominance making its way back to support zones at 44.52%. It keeps getting rejected, so I'm waiting until we see that, jump on that, and then we'll most likely see Bitcoin fall to 42K. That's where most alts will really take the hit. HBAR, like I said, once it lost 23 cents, that was the big key aspect to really watch for. Right now, currently from this all-time high here, which isn't really our all-time high. It's more so just the all-time high that we printed in the last 2 months or so. So this is actually wrong, this high here. Binance shows like weird highs. For an example, on Bittrex, it's showing about 27.8. So realistically, we'll go off of 27.8 instead of their 28.8. So 27.8 was roughly about, we'll just go right here. So from that high that we made to the low here at 22.3 was roughly 20% of a drop in price. Now, I always like to say, listen, take some profit if you are in major profit. For an example, if you bought a lot down here, excuse me, and you sold up here, you could short this significantly. And I'm saying right now, don't be afraid to short unless you are a beginner, right? If you aren't a beginner and you guys understand the overall cycles, you understand, pullbacks will happen if we do ride up a green candle like this, then that's totally fine. If you are a beginner, please do not look into shorting. Do some research, learn about it, because guess what? If you short an asset, every single time that you sell and rebuy, that is a taxable event, just to give you guys a clear insight on that. Now, I will say right now, this drop on HBAR is not too worrisome. I will say this, I don't like the fact that we are below the 200-day MA. I hope that we could reclaim that zone back into this rectangle zone. Now, we did break below it, so I know a lot of people are going to be concerned. I'm not too concerned. We'll most likely bounce off of the 100-day MA down at 21.4 or almost 21.5. Now, I don't think that we go much lower below that. It will most likely have something similar to where we come down, we bounce off of it, and we come back up higher. That would be significant if we do see that. Now, overall, I am concerned on the price action just slightly, just because we have lost some support zones, we lost key fundamentals, and I would have personally liked to see us hit 30 cents before we had this pullback. Like I said, the higher that we go, the less it hurts when we pull back, and we didn't really hit major targets up here. So obviously the pullback was going to be a little bit rough, especially once Bitcoin started to fall. Again, this is one of those assets that are following the same sort of pattern as most altcoins. Obviously, these are a little bit stronger up here, but like I said, ADA is down 4%. Dogecoin almost down 5%. There's a lot of assets that are down significantly, opposed to HBAR as well. So this drop is not too worrisome on most altcoins. Now, if we do go back here, could we be printing the same candle where it was a significant drop? So if we do go off of this, this was roughly about a 30% drop on HBAR. If we do drop 30% from that high, that would basically be a retest of the 50 nearly, and it would actually break below it. I don't think that that's something that we do. I don't think that we're kind of doing a repetitive pattern from back here. Realistically, I think that this is just a slight pullback, especially in the market, even in terms of Bitcoin. Like I said, back here, this would be a slight pullback before we go much higher. And yes, HBAR will move with Bitcoin at that point. I think because, even if we look at dominance, dominance is trying to get back into a nice level, but it's still fairly low. So when it does move, alt will move as well. It will take some time to move, just similar to how we've seen in the market just recently. But once they do move, it's pretty much a non-stop movement of upward pattern. So I'm looking for 30 cents to be broken when we do start to break out. Right now, I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing the 100-day MA hold at 21 and almost a half cents. If we don't hold that, then I'm going to be a little bit concerned and look for lower buys at 20 cents, 19 cents, and so forth. But I don't think that we go too much lower on Bitcoin. Like I said, a few things to look at. Some warning signs realistically are the dollar. The dollar is gaining some momentum. I'm looking forward to seeing possibly this being targeted up here. If this does, this is bearish. If we do see a nice drop on the dollar to retest maybe something like this at this pretty much 50-day MA down at 92.18%. Sorry, this would be bullish because once we break that, we could pretty much retest the 100-day MA down at 91.55, and then after that, we could pretty much retest 91.3 at the 200-day. So I'm looking forward to seeing the dollar pretty much not gain any more momentum. We did see stocks open fairly bad today. We do see that they pretty much closed on red, which is not good. The NASDAQ retested the 50-day MA perfectly at about 14.5K. We even see the S&P 500 drop significantly today, tested a little bit of a support at 44.25, and we also see the Dow Jones did not do good either. Again, stocks do look a little bit weak, and they did drop significantly, so they did account for a little bit of the drop in Bitcoin. Bitcoin still trying to hold the 45K zone, but we are below the 200-day MA on Bitcoin as well. And if you look here, we are down below this rectangle in the demand zone as well, similar to HBAR. So with that being said, HBAR is not looking too different than most altcoins or Bitcoin. So don't blame, HBAR for looking weak or anything like that. We are still at 23 cents or around it. But we did break below it a little bit, which I do think that will continue to break down throughout the week as prices will get volatile, especially over the weekend. But nothing too concerning just yet. Like I said, I'm watching for some key levels. But with that being said, I mean, there's nothing really too much to report on. The market still looks fine. It's looking healthy in terms of this pullback. This pullback is nothing too concerning. I'm not too worried. I'm not too scared. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts as well. I just don't think that HBAR is, doing too bad in terms of other altcoins because, other altcoins are kind of doing the same exact thing. And, I mean, there's no real difference. I mean, even Ethereum Classic down 6.74%, Stellar down 6%. VeChain down 6.7%. I know it's all kind of changing as I'm looking at it and reading it, but that's pretty much the game. We do see FTX is down 11.74%. So a lot of alts are taking big hits as well. So nothing too concerning on HBAR. It didn't really take too big of a hit. And I do think that we'll get a little bit of a relief move up here shortly, but it wouldn't be too much. I think that we still come back down a little bit and retest a little bit of a low. It wouldn't be too much lower, and it wouldn't be a low down in these ranges until we actually break some key fundamentals. So I'm still watching for that. Still looking at the stocks, watching stocks closely, and also the dollar just to give you guys an insight. These will be the biggest key changers in the market as well as Bitcoin. So I'm watching closely. I'm still, reporting on what I see in the market and what I'm, watching. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.